That sound? That's Cam gaining 21 yards of carry with one simple golf lesson. We didn't change his clubs, we changed his swing path with one simple idea. Cam was like many of us, he was putting 100% of effort in to only get 80% of the distance out. The data showed that he was over the top. He was swinging across the ball by 7 degrees. Cam felt like he was swinging really hard, but just kept hitting those weak slices. I'm going to answer 3 of the most common questions I get and give you a game called the 4 and 1 to make this feeling become permanent. To finally start dropping the club into the slot, grab 4 golf balls and I'll show you where to place them to build your runway. So let's set the runway drill up. One ball I'm going to hit, that's the one I'm going to actually strike, the white one. The multicolored ones here, the ones I'm going to set the runway up with. So I want 2 golf balls forward of the one I'm hitting, and I'm going to place one of them in line, so on that ball to target line, but it's going to be, for me, 2 size 9 feet forwards of that ball. So it's not going to get in the way, I'm not going to hit it, my ball will be flying over that one at that point. The second one, I'm just placing out to the right of the first one, and I'm going to place it around a driver head's width forwards. So it's basically a width of my head, that side of the one on the left, which is in line with the ball. Now this is going to be my goal. This is going to be my gate that I'm going to visualize trying to get the club through and get the ball through as I come in to hit that ball. The fourth ball is around a club length behind, so a driver length behind the ball I'm hitting. But I want this one to line up with where I want that club to drop down to. So from my perspective, it's going to be about there. The club length back, and it's, for me, 2 heads widths inside of the ball to target line. Now my runway is quite simple here. So this is allowing me to get that club to cover that ball up on the way down, from my perspective. And then I'm going to come in and try and hit this ball while trying to then get the ball and my head in feeling through that gate. Now the good thing with this, if I'm hitting my driver from the tee or any club from a fixed position, is I can just set this station up for my practice session. It is just built and ready to go. And the idea with this station, with this runway, is to get that club coming down the runway. So you're almost going to feel like you're picking this ball up as you go. So I'm almost going to feel like I was hitting this one. If I did connect it, it would kind of shoot over there. And then I'm going to pick this ball up on the way through, but I want to send it through the gate on the way through. So I'm going to bring that club on that runway, trying to hit through the ball and get that ball and club out, from my perspective, through that gate. So to hit that ball longer and more consistent, we have to talk about the slot. That move that every pro on TV does, where the club drops down into that slot, as people call it, allowing that club to come from their side to move out to the ball and then through. And this is what's going to help create maximum distance, because I'm going to transfer my energies through that ball by using my runway drill and by using that simple club path fix, rather than if I'm someone who gets a little bit this way, wants to throw it over the top. As I come down now, my club is way over this ball, and the chances of getting through that runway now are really slim, because I'm going to hit the ball, move left, which is why we might see these kind of fixes where people start jumping up. If you recognize that person, that's why that's happening. So if we want to get that club in that pro-like position, that slot on the way down, we need to be picking up this ball on the way down, the one we want to hit, obviously pick that one up, and then send it through the gate, the runway. Losing distance, losing that energy that you're putting in, like Cam was, is so super frustrating. To put all that effort in and not get everything out that you deserve. This runway drill is built to make sure you put 100% in and get close to 100% out. So with more consistency, for most golfers, including Cam, that also equals more distance. What Cam loved about this drill is that it's super simple. So I haven't got 100 swing thoughts. So I'm not really trying to manipulate the club on the way down, thinking a million different swing thoughts, making it all really complicated. All I'm trying to do is change my visuals into pick that ball up, that one, and on the way through. Really simple feelings, actual physical visual cues that allow me to see if I'm hitting my goals. And it makes your practice sessions super simple and effective, because you actually start moving the club path in a way that's going to maximize your drives. So doing this drill is great, but how do we make sure that as soon as we jump out onto the first tee, it doesn't all disappear. Well, what we do is we make a little game of it. We play my 4-in-1 game. What you're going to do is you are going to hit 4 shots from the station. So with your driver, you're going to set the station up and you're going to hit 4 shots in a row where you actually hit the station. You get the ball starting through the gate and you get the club coming down from that slot position by covering up the ball behind you, and you hit 4 in a row through the gate. And you'll know you're doing that because A, it's going to feel different, B, you're going to start seeing maybe some little draw shots, longer shots, better flighted shots. Then the goal, what you're after on the 5th shot, is you need to remove the station. So I could just simply here move the station, which then I'm going to have to set back up, but it takes 2 seconds. And the 5th shot, can I hit the same shot, repeat, get the same feelings, the same shapes, that little draw. That means it's really transitioning over without the runway drill, without the safety net. What you can do is, you're at a range, you could leave your drill set up, move into another bay, hit one, which is real. So where you do your pre-shot routine, so stand behind the ball, visualize, imagine those balls are still there. So the 5th shot, the more realistic you can make it, the more first tee ready you can make it, the more you're going to work out as if the runway drill is actually bringing those benefits that you need for that more consistent, longer drive. And if you struggle to get that 5th shot to work the way you want to when the runway is removed, don't worry, you just need to practice the runway drill a bit more. It isn't going to happen overnight, it's going to take a little bit of practice and a little bit of work. So before you go and practice this, I want to answer the most common questions I get from my students when we're using the runway drill. Maybe the most common question is, can you use any club to do this drill? Yes, you absolutely can, and I use this drill with Cam for his irons as well as his driver, predominantly for his irons, to shift everything. So I could simply just remove the tee, put the ball somewhere near where that tee was, and my station is set up. The only thing you might find out with an iron is you might need to move this side, the ball this side of the hitting ball a little bit to adjust to where, because obviously the different length clubs, the perspective will change, as long as you keep it this side of the ball target line. Then the other thing you might want to think about as well is, say I've got a 9-iron here, I don't want to feel so much like I'm from the inside. I want to start the ball straighter. The driver, I really want to persuade my club path more, because often we find people come over the top with their driver, say more than an iron. So I could even move the gate here to be in line with my ball to target line. So the gate now, the middle of it is in line with my ball to target line. So with a more lofted club, what I'm feeling is I'm still trying to pick that ball up, but I'm then going to try and get that ball starting through and the club through that gate, which is a bit straighter, because I'm trying to go that little bit straighter on. That's where this runway drill is so clever. It can move with you depending on how much from the inside you want to hit. To be fair, even from the outside if you wanted to. So yes, you can do it with any club. You might just have to adjust your start direction to dial it in. How often should you be practicing the runway drill? Well, for me, if his club path is your Achilles heel, it's your issue, I would be setting this station up every time I practice. It would be no different to what you see tour pros do when they're putting clubs on the ground. It's the same idea. They're drilling in their setup. If you want to drill in your club path, I would be picking this drill up every time and making sure that I'm getting that feeling of picking that ball up, picking that one and sending it out there. It's just a great way to make sure every practice session has got a lot of purpose to it, so you're not out there just wasting time. What if the ball still goes right when you use the runway drill? So if you get shots that block, just go out to the right and stay straight out there, or even go to the right and cut further to the right, it's probably now not your club path if you're using the runway drill. Now it could be club face control, or even the way your body is turning. The runway drill is the fastest way, I know, to fix your club path. But like with everything in golf, it can start creating new problems. Now that you found the slot, you might start hitting those straight blocks we just mentioned. Balls start to the right, stay to the right. So it's now incredibly important that you find the perfect way to turn, as well as your perfect hold, because we all hold it in a unique way, to make sure this runway is working. The runway fixes your direction, but the grip and body and turns are what actually is going to control the overall package. And without these in place as well, you might still hit some weak horrible blocked drive. So to find that professional level of consistency we're looking for, you need to match your hold and your body turns to your new club path. So to help you find the perfect grip and the perfect way to turn, to make sure the Runway Drill is delivering the results that we delivered to Cam, I've made this video here to help you find your personal grip and turns, to help you lock in this new club path from that Runway Drill.